Our objective today is I can solve a word problem using model drawing. So remember with model drawing, there are 8 steps. And my saying to help me remember it is real, wise workers, do problems, quit complaining about it, silly. So we've used this with addition, but it also works for subtraction. It works for any operation that you're using when you're doing a word problem. So remember the steps. Real stands for read the problem. Wise stands for who is in the problem. Workers stands for what. Do stands for draw the unit bars, and remember they're of equal length. Problems stands for plug in the information. Quit is the question mark. Complaining is the computation or the number sentence. About it is the answer. And then silly is the sentence. For this first problem, you can just watch me solve it using all of the steps. So the first step, the R, stands for read the problem. Molly had 38 bones. She buried 15 of them. How many bones did she have left? I'm going to check mark the R. My first W stands for what? Who? So who do I have in this problem? Well, we're talking about Molly. My next W stands for what? So what did Molly have? Well, she had bones. The D stands for draw. So I'm going to draw the unit bar. The P stands for plug in information. So it says Molly had 38 bones. So I'm going to go ahead and I know that she had 38. She buried 15 of them. Oh, so I need to take away some of her 38, don't I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take part of my unit bar and I'm going to cross it out because she doesn't have those anymore. So that's going to be the 15. So I'm going to write that kind of above it on the area I crossed out. But what now I'm going to do instead is I'm going to write my 38 down here because I know that's the total she had, not just what she had after she took some away. So I'm going to erase my 38 in here. And so now I know that my total that she had was 38, but she buried 15 of them. Now I'm to my question mark. My question says, how many bones did she have left? Well, if she started with 38, she buried 15. This right here is going to be the amount that she still has. So there's my question mark. So now if I'm thinking about this as a number bond, my whole would be 38. My one part would be 15. And I'm missing my other part. So when I'm missing a part, I have to subtract. So my computation, my C, is going to be 38 minus 15. Now we'll use subtraction to solve this problem. 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So I have my answer, and now I just need to write my sentence. How many bones does she have left? I'll say, Molly has 23 bones left. Remember, when we answer in a sentence, we start with a capital letter and we end with a period. Now I can check mark my S and I am done with my problem. So this problem you are going to do with me, and it is on the worksheet that you have. You either picked it up maybe from Central Office in the worksheet packet, or you can also print it out on the next page for the assignment page. So either way, you have this paper, and this one you are going to do it with me. So let's start on our first step, the R, which stands for read the problem. Read it with me. Noah read 26 books this month. He read 15 more books than Zane. How many books did Zane read this month? Okay, we read the problem, so we can check the R. Now we have the W, and the first one stands for who. So who do we have in this problem? We have two people, don't we? We have Noah and we have Zane. So remember, when we're writing this, it's important to keep our handwriting really nice and neat and also kind of small because we have a lot of unit bars to put in here. So I'm going to put Noah, and then down beneath them, I'm going to put Zane. And now my next W stands for what? So what do they have? Well, they have the books they read. So I'm going to write that right next to their names. And again, trying to keep it kind of small because I know I'm going to have unit bars to draw next to it. All right, so look at your paper. Do you have Noah's books written? And then underneath it, you have Zane's books. Now the D stands for draw. So we're going to draw our unit bars. And remember, we keep them the same size. So I'm going to draw one for Noah. And I'm going to draw another one for Zane. So you do the same on your paper now. So now the P stands for plug in the information. So it says Noah read 26 books this month. So let's put that in for Noah. Next it says he read 15 more books than Zane. So I know Zane's unit bar needs to be smaller than Noah's because he read less books. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece out of Zane's unit bar because Noah read 15 more books than him. So this part that I crossed out, this is the 15 extra that Noah has. So sometimes I like to draw a little dotted line to show that. So here I have the 26 that Noah read, and he read 15 more than Zane. So I know that Zane read less than him, so I had to take his unit bar and make it a little bit smaller. So now I'm up to the Q for my question. How many books did Zane read this month? So my question mark goes in Zane's unit bar because now this part of my unit bar represents how many Zane read. So now I have my computation. And again, if I think of this like a number bond, we can decide if we're missing a part or a whole, and then that will tell us if we need to add or subtract. So here, my 26, that's my whole big piece. And then I have one part of it is the 15, and then the other part is the question mark. So again, I'm missing a part, which means I need to subtract. So my computation is always my whole minus a part. 26 minus 15, and that will give us our other part. Don't forget to be writing all of this down with me. Now let's solve our problem. 6 minus 5 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, so we have our answer. Our answer is 11. Now let's write our sentence. How many books did Zane read this month? We can say Zane read 11 books this month. And after you write your sentence, check mark the S, and now you are all finished. For independent practice today, you have this bottom problem to do. This first one we just did together. So this one you are going to do on your own using model drawing. So don't forget, I want to see all of the steps. I have them written on the side for you so you can check them as you go and make sure you do every single one of them. And then turn it in when you are finished.